Okay, so what is your next question?
My next question is what are metaphysical and esoterical aspects in vector psychology?
Okay, now as far as metaphysics, it's actually vector psychology based on metaphysics. It does connect it. Metaphysics, evolution, yes, but as far as all this superstition and all this esoterics, it's something else. It's nothing to do with that. But metaphysics, for example, vector, it's not just your personality. Every vector, it has like sensitive part of your body, right? Like ears, eyes, skin, dermal vector. But it's also a step in evolution. When we started to evolutionize, the evolution also goes by vectors. For example, first in vector spectrum, it's audio vector. That's when, for example, when we lived in ancient times as a tribe, and one of us was watching us at night. It was a person with sensitive ears, and he was watching at night as a night watcher. So we're not going to be eaten by leopards and be killed by other tribe. So some people in our society, they have more sensitive ears. That's audio vector. And energy goes directly through the ear, directly to the brain, so it's kind of introvert versus visual extrovert, brain out, extrovert. Now, this person also, when he was melatonin, the night hormone, was produced during the day. So he was kind of sleeping day and productive at night. Nowadays, we're evolutionizing. So we don't need night watcher, but sometimes you still can find people that are productive during the night. I mean, during the night, more than during the day. Now, that person, before we became humans, it was, let's say apes or whatever you call it. Now, he was sitting by himself. They very introvert. He sits by himself. They don't like to talk a lot, laugh a lot, because if they would do that, they wouldn't be able to focus and hear of the danger, and we wouldn't survive. You understand? Oral vector person, he likes to talk, but audio, very introvert, always kind of focus on his hearing. They can also have deep migraines sometimes if they don't focus on the sound. Person has deep migraines, sometimes there is different issues, different vectors, but if you really focus on the sound, sits down 10-15 minutes, try to really listen what's going on in another room, another house, it's going to balance its biochemistry. That's his role in the tribe. His migraine should be gone. You understand? Now, let's say it was apes. We sit, everybody sleep, and one of us watching us, right? He was watching by himself, looking at the sky, and suddenly something triggered. Maybe it was a rainy day, and he was thinking to put a roof above us. That's first idea, that step toward humans. That's the step that differentiated animal with instinct toward thinking human. So that first idea from audio vector. You understand? That's first step. Now, evolution, the same way works. Before Big Bang, let's say theory of the Big Bang, okay? Before a matter, something happened to that matter, to the material, it was just a sound in a space. And then the matter. First it was the sound, and then some matter, then something happened. That sound, that's audio vector. You understand how it works? So kind of evolution works also by vectors. For example, when we lived in ancient times, it was a muscular vector, muscular era, you can say, muscular time. Then it was mid-centuries, it was anal. And then now, you understand, now it's dermal. Everything is
Now
material.
it's dermal.
I mean, it's kind of changes the same way. So evolution works the same way by vectors, and people developing their vectors. But every person have all these vectors, but one is dominant, then comes secondary, and then maybe the third one. The rest you can't do much with them. You just have them, but you cannot develop or improve them. You just need them for like survival. Everything we do, everything we need for survival. Understand? So that's how